This could be mental instability, spiritual breakthroughs, or some kind of fear coming up at this time. Inner battles that need to be dealt with can come up. So facing a fear, through a fear, or getting through a fear, sorry, or healing the mind, owning your sacred space. So maybe getting into some spiritual practices. 12th house is a very spiritual house. Um, this could be some mental instability, spiritual breakthroughs, inner battles that need to be dealt with. I'm pretty sure I just read that twice. Starting a new project, um, or ending one, creating space to do creative work, um, whether that be in your mind or actually your actual living space. That'll be fun. That'll be a good positive thing for Cancers to do. Addictions can also come up at this time. The 12th house is ruled by addictions. You can overcome an addiction or get help with addiction. Spiritual insight from other realms and insights is very psychic. And Cancers are very they're a water sign, so they're a very psychic energy too. So you might be able to rely on that in some kind of way. Venus retrograde in Gemini for Leo. So Venus in retrograde is bringing some positive things back from the past. Um, the theme will be about sustainability. This is true for all 12 signs with that Pluto and Jupiter conjunction. This Venus retrograde is happening for you in your 11th house. That has to do with community, being a part of a group, being a part of a team, community-based projects, non-profits, internet-based things, future things, new age things, patents, um, like creating things for the greater good, friendships, acquaintances, social media, and networking. Um, this can bring new friendships, an ending of a friendship, a continuation of a friendship, finding your tribe. I love that about the 11th house. You know, people who you're friends with who have a similar interests in mind. You know what I mean? Um, Losing a tribe, or changing, or a change of finding who your tribe is. Um, Friendship circles could change. Dating opportunities through friendship circles, I think is pretty common for the 11th house. Um, Online friends can try to set you up. So you can find relationships online. Friends could try to set you up with someone, and finding groups, whether it be at work, a part of a team, a common interest can change in some way. Starting a social media account, um, or step away from social media. Remember, because it's eclipse season, so they're either eclipsing something in your life or eclipsing something out of your life. Um, uh, Internet-based things can come up as well, like launching a website, getting your work out in the world, creating online communities or anything in the community, and working with organizations like grassroots efforts, reevaluating your hopes and wishes, inventions, and unorthodox things. It's that Aquarian energy. And that wraps it up for Leo. So Venus retrograde in Gemini for Virgo. Mercury retrograde is going to help you sort through your thoughts. The Venus retrograde is happening for you in your 10th house. The work sector is a major focus at this time. So jobs, bosses, co-workers, in your career. There could be a loss of a job, a new job. You could get fired, compensation package, or voluntarily leaving. This could be an additional side job, promotion, or a move for a job. Um, Father is another topic that comes up for the 10th house because it's ruled by Capricorn and Saturn. And Saturn is father energy. Because Pluto is playing a real big role in here, this could be a death in the family. And this is true for everybody. Um, but some dads have something going on at this time. This could be a project with your dad, or clashes with authority. Um, or your dad might have health issues. It could be that that your dad is helping you in some kind of way. Um, Something about authority figures can come up at this time. Again, clashes with bosses, authority figures, or being your own boss or finding your inner boss. For those of you who are not working, this is a time that you'll find your place in life, or you understand what you're supposed to do and how to get there. Discipline and responsibility can also come up. So maybe you have too much responsibility, and the eclipse is going to eclipse some things out of your life to help you at this time. Or you could accomplish something which would lighten your load. For others, it may be that you need more discipline. So something can occur that forces you to get strategy to become more disciplined. And that wraps it up for Virgo. So Venus retrograde in Gemini for Libra. Mercury retrograde is going to bring a lot of emotion because of the Cancer eclipse. And on top of that, Mercury will retrograde in Cancer. Ooh, that's a lot of emotion for an air sign. This Venus retrograde takes place in your 9th house. Here are some of the themes that come with that house. So the 9th house rules teaching, learning. Teachers can see some dramatic changes at this time, getting educational resources and programs, schooling of any kind. Your learning journey could be ending, beginning, or a continuation of a learning process. New teachers can come on the scene, writing, publishing, speakers, new projects around launching a new book, continuing a publishing project. A speaking opportunity can come up at this time, international travel, dealing with people who are in different countries, or international work. Your beliefs can change drastically in some kind of way. A separation from religion or a spiritual practice. The way you look at the world can change, like a new philosophy, or going back to an old belief can come back. You can see new changes in the church, blogging, learning a different language, or dating someone from a different culture can come up at this time as well. And that wraps it up for Libra. So Venus retrograde and Gemini for Scorpio. Gemini is going to be rubbing against your planets in a very uncomfortable way. So, unfortunately for Scorpios, Gemini is not the greatest energy. It's kind of an opposition. So expect some annoyances from these planets as they show you the weak links in your expression. Mercury retrograde will be in a positive energy for you. So things will... I'm sorry, I'm just going to turn the music down because I had it on initially because the TV and the background noise. So Um, where was I? So yeah, things you worked on in a big way can come up, like showing that you worked on your expression. So you'll be expressing yourself and coming out in a great way, in a positive way. If you have been doing your work and finding your voice, then this will bring something to fruition for you. The Venus retrograde is happening for you in your home house, so that's going to be a positive aspect for you. Some of the themes that come with that are other people's money, money from your parents, family members, a spouse, money from their work, their family, um, shared money, collaborations, capital, and this could include loans, credit cards, debt, taxes. This also includes intimacy. So deep emotional closeness, sex. There could be an ending in an intimate relationship, breakthroughs in intimacy, new partners can come into your life at this time, and new experiences. So, power is something that also comes up in this house. So, how other people are using their power, how you're using your power, people not using their power in the right way, and people who have power to help you. Um, Psychology is another theme, like understanding how the human mind thinks. Scorpios love this stuff. Okay, like love this stuff. So this is going to be a positive aspect for you, something for you to focus on when those Gemini things are kind of rubbing you the wrong way. Um, just do some research, find a hobby, something that you're passionate about, and work on that. So um, yeah, so understanding how the human mind works and what makes people tick, the interest of studying, um, those type of themes, work related to those types of themes can actually end or begin at this time. Investments can come up at this time. New opportunities, endings with investments, studying philosophy, and the psychology of money. Ooh, that's a good one. um, Parapsychology is another theme that can come up this time. So spiritual awakenings, spiritual studies, palmistry, I Ching, astrology, numerology, and metaphysics. The esoteric studies. I love that stuff. I swear I was a Scorpio in another life, but um, so you could be teaching, learning, or making money with these things, or it stops. Like if you were already doing it, it could stop at this time. So mysteries and solving mysteries, having a mystery come in, reading a mystery, writing a mystery, watching them. These are all themes that could be coming up for you at this time. And for Venus retrograde, and Gemini for Sagittarius. The retrogrades are going to be a good time to wrap up old things, old projects, and cleaning out clutter. Mercury retrograde will be in a challenging angle for you. The Venus retrograde is happening in your 7th house. But you got a lot of this air energy, which is a positive aspect for Sagittarius. Even though it's an opposition, it's a healthy opposition. So the themes that could be coming up for you are new relationships, old relationships can end, and movement in an ongoing relationship. Codependency comes up as well. This is a boundary issue. This is the 7th house is not as easy as it sounds when you say all the themes that come with it. Codependency is probably the biggest issue of the 7th house. So are you setting up too many boundaries that are keeping you from the type of relationships you want? Are you not setting enough boundaries to keep you from getting the relationship that you want? Balance is really key. Being accountable for the reasons you're attracting the type of people that you are is probably the hardest lesson I think anybody has to learn. Um, and doing the work to resolve those issues. This could also bring in practitioners or helpers of all kinds to help you, or you could be ending counseling because you've completed a cycle. So agreements can come in and end, or you can start new agreements, a renewal of an agreement. New design or creative projects can start at this time, and it could be an ending of a creative project. So client relationships can also come up at this time, how you work with the client, how you speak with them. New clients, old clients are possible things that come up at this time. If you have unresolved issues with all this retrograde energy, you will have the opportunity to fix them, and some karmic issues. So now could be a time where you finally deal with it, or any issue can come up to be worked on. Okay, and that wraps up the Sagittarius. So we have Venus in retrograde for Capricorn. I'm keeping an eye out on the time here. So you'll see new themes forming with the new eclipse cycle, and you'll also be seeing things coming to a close during this time for the previous cycle, because that was in your sign. So that Cancer Capricorn nodal axis is ending at this time. So you'll see a lot of endings, and then the Sagittarius Gemini axis is beginning. So you'll see a lot of new things coming up at this time, which I think is going to be really intense for you guys. The most important thing to remember at this time as an earth sign, and as a cardinal sign, your go-to to handle stress is like down and back. I was talking a little bit about this when I was doing the general, when I was talking about the general energy of the Venus retrograde. And I have to be honest, this is not an easy access. Capricorns have been really put through the ringer, so that's just the way your energy moves, to be grounded and go back, right? So you're going to be the one, like, with all these new changes coming in, like, but do we have to, let's stop right here and ground this. Let's get this in place. And do we have to get rid of everything, right? But the only thing that's consistent in life is change. This change is happening. And I feel like it would be an injustice to say, don't let that kind of, don't let your earthly energy hold you back, right? Some tips to kind of help you with this is to do things to build serotonin, to keep you moving. Capricorns rule the skeletal structure. So this is true for all signs too. You could be having issues with bones and joints and teeth, especially late degree Capricorns. So building up your muscle, I think that's calcifite. I think that's the medical term for it. The everyday term is calcium. But I know there's like, it's like something about it. You got to do your research, right? So you want to build calcium for your bones. More specifically, calcifite. I think that's how you say it. Don't quote me on that. They might be two different things. I know with the medical language is a whole crazy nonsense behind it. But so you want to keep moving. Serotonin to help you sleep, because you might need help with that. With all this energy. Whew. just breathe. Breathe. Get in nature and move around. You might even be doing that a lot too, like in your house, like just moving around. Um, Mercury will be in your sixth house. That's the house of daily routine, health, pets, and work. Um, Venus retrograde is happening in your sixth house as well. So um, that could be health crisis. Some health issues can come up. Something that you didn't know about. This could be movement in a health issue or a diagnosis like labs or solutions or finding a practitioner. This could be also gaining a health routine, finding a new healing modality or becoming a healer, shifting to a new routine, a new level of work, endings and beginnings in work. Um, if it's related to health or hiring or firing people, if you're a boss, a new diet, a gym membership, or yoga, acupuncture, or any kind of medical procedure, putting a system together for your life, your daily routine, or a system can change or come into question at this time, and pets could have health symptoms or a transition, whether that's, moving to a new home or an actual death. I mentioned this in, I think it was Virgo's video, because it's in the house of Saturn. And that's the house of the father. And we have this really heavy Pluto energy. This just could be about death in general. And that goes for everybody, not just Capricorns. Um, so just be mindful about that. Um, yeah. Or you could start a job relating to pets. So that wraps up the Capricorn energy. Venus retrograde in Gemini for Aquarius. So Mercury retrograde in Cancer is happening for you in your sixth house. So that's related to work, daily routine, and pets, and health. This is not a favorable angle for you, giving you the opportunity to fix things as they come up to make them stronger. Venus retrograde is happening in your fifth house, so some themes that could come with that house are a major focus on children, working with children, pre-pregnancy, birth, child rearing, conception, and relationship with children. The creative process could take place here as well, the birth of an idea, following it through, the conception of an idea. So this could be a new project coming in, an announcement of a project, hobbies coming at this time, making money from it and finding a hobby. Anything to do with having fun or too much fun. Is that real? Too much fun? Maybe. And changing the way you have fun. Especially with that Saturn energy in Aquarius. Ooh. The restriction and censorship that has been coming up for all things ruled by like any kind of esoteric or astrology type stuff is heavy. So there could be a lot of restrictions for you coming up around, doing fun stuff. Or maybe you've completed a cycle and so you need to have more fun, right? It does go both ways. Talents and hidden talents come up at this time: singing, dancing, fashion, music, sports, acting, and modeling. Leadership can come up at this time. Your children may need more attention. This could also be stepping into a new awesome chapter with children. So that wraps it up for Aquarius. Venus retrograde in Gemini for Pisces. So the Mercury retrograde is asking you to keep your plans, scheduling, and travel light, and be flexible with all this Mercury energy. People have lives, so I really hate to be the one to be like, this energy, retrograde energy is typically about stopping what you're doing and just, kind of feeling your way through the energy, right? It's inner work, right? But we have lives, like people have things to do, so it's not always realistic. So know that if you do have to do some stuff and you can't really sit still, be prepared to, have some issues come up. Things could come back from the past that will be positive. Venus in retrograde is happening for you in your fourth house. That can be move. People can move at this time. For some people, this can be multiple locations. Sometimes it's a temporary move. This can be the selling of a home, purchasing a new home. Someone moves in, someone moves out. This could be the start of a home-based business. This could be the start of an Airbnb, making repairs to the home, changes in the family, and that could be people that you live with or the family you're born into. So this could be drama, drama in the family, solutions to the drama, healing, marriage, separation, children, and ancestry. Childhood psychology is another really big topic that can come up at this time to allow for healing, ultimately. So that wraps it up for the 12 signs. I really hope that you liked this and this information was helpful. Be sure to check out my Patreon page where I have the Sagittarius eclipse for all 12 signs already up. And if you have any questions, feel free to, leave a comment below or email me at info@awayoflife.net. And yeah, peace.